Well, it was a violent weekend around New York City. 16 people were shot in just 90 minutes in Brooklyn and Queens overnight.
The epidemic of gun violence is felt across America, but nowhere more than on the streets of New York City.
And there was gun violence in all 5 boroughs.
It's a surge that is taking the city back to its darkest days as a center of homicides and of crime, dominating the headlines, instilling fear, shaking confidence.
85! Reset! Oh!
New York's sense of outrage came to the fore in recent days at the funerals of 2 young police officers. They had been ambushed while trying to intervene in a family dispute. In Harlem, these 3 mothers, community activists, all of whom have lost children to gun violence, said they are now frightened to walk the streets.
It's the worst we've ever seen it. It's so bad that as we walk out this street, we don't know where a bullet gonna fly.
It's a war right here. So what are we going to do about this war? How are we going to stop this war? That's the question.
Here in Harlem and elsewhere, the police are accused by some of being almost invisible amid the pandemic. And there is now a backlash to the defund the police movement, with these mothers pleading for more officers on the streets and more aggressive policing.
My question is, when we defund these police, whose community is going to suffer? Certainly won't be the white communities.
Every night, pop, 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 pop. Sometimes I gotta dot down on the floor.
A 13-year-old killed my second son. When I see 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds carrying guns, please, please give us more police.
Nearby in Newark, embattled police chiefs say the prevalence of guns is overwhelming the force.
We have a growing problem with what they refer to as ghost guns, which are firearms that you can buy over the internet, basically in kits, and then put the thing together when you get it in the mail. And those are completely unregulated.
This country is now enduring murder rates not seen for decades. And in Harlem and in inner cities right across America, this gun violence is now part of everyday life. The impact on communities is devastating. Some neighborhoods lost to gangs and to guns.
Lord, let us bring the lost sheep unto you, Father God.
Leaving the grieving mothers of Harlem to pray for peace.
We pray for the fallen officer.
Yes.
And
We
for the
pray
police
for
to
their
return to the
families,
streets.
Father God. Lord,
Robert Moore,
look
News at
kindness,
10,
Father
in
God.
Harlem, New York.
We thank you for loving